Number one proof on the board.
Number one proof on the board. So what it says, Maker's Mark Private Select begins as fully matured Maker's Mark at cask strength. Expressions of Private Select are created. 2 roasted French mocha and 2 toasted French spice. That is bottle number 1.
Cool. It's a nice bottle. Thanks for bringing that.
Yeah, man. All right, bottle number 2. Does anybody have an off-the-book guess what they think bottle number 2 is?
I don't know that. I don't think I've ever tasted it. If I have,
I'm not surprised. Well,
Pappy?
That's good. It's not Pappy. It's Larceny.
Okay.
You've probably seen it.
I have
It's
seen it.
John Fitzgerald Larceny.
I have that
well,
as number
92's high.
Off
I have it as
of,
number 2,
but I was
but-
going off a smell on that, and at
92
first
high.
I was swirling it a little bit, and I thought, so this is fun to kind of taste them now that I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should
So-
have saved some.
Here's,
That's
here's
why I
the
was
cool
like,
part.
can we know what these are now so we can taste them again?
And what I forgot was this was a $60 bottle of bourbon.
Okay.
The Makers, which I'm saying
I-
it could arguably be superb.
I mean, we all
end of
said top shelf, right?
Yeah.
It's on the low end of
It's a wash,
right?
regardless of.
Agreed. Now Larceny comes in at $26.
Okay.
Wow.
Which is very, very affordable. I would consider it top shelf. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not swill and it's not garbage. There's a fun story though behind the name John Fitzgerald. If you guys have heard of Old Fitzgerald, which was a really it's still made, but Weller Stitzel made it initially, and at the time it was like the best bourbon. So they said that this John Fitzgerald guy was like a master distiller at the time. Well, the truth was he didn't distill anything. He was a treasury. He was a treasurer in the state of Kentucky. He had the keys to all of the bonded warehouses, and he was stealing barrels. He would go and taste test them. Pull the best. Go and taste test them. Pull the best. Go and taste test them. Pull the best. Ones and bottle himself
John E.
under.
Fitzgerald.
He is the
Hence
grandson
the
of
Larceny.
President Fitzgerald.
Okay.
Same dude.
That's
So-
fucking cool as
So
shit.
who owns it now is Heaven Hill Distillery.
I put well
You put
for
well.
number 2.
If you're close,
I don't have to
you're
answer
not
that.
way off.
No, I mean, he's gonna give the points later.
You were close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna tally those babies up.
Whoa, what's with the eraser and wow?
Shade it in.
No,
You're
no,
the
no.
pencils down.
Yeah, we're gonna have to turn in our
Carson,
pencils.
don't tell me.
We're gonna-
Don't talk to me about cheating on tests.
Chris
alright?
get
Turn in our
Carson,
pencils.
don't tell me.
We're gonna-
Don't talk to me about cheating on tests.
Chris
alright?
gets a pen next time.
I know
A
how
pen?
Will could roll back in your day.
You need a pen.
Hold that way in my
Last
way.
one.
I think this is the topper shelf.
You think this
I think
is the best
I
one?
think this is gonna be your. This is gonna be your.
This is your favorite.
This was my
You
favorite.
have this listed
today.
as your favorite.
This was my favorite today.
Any off the books name guesses?
Very pedestrian taste.
Very pedestrian taste.
What does it
Okay.
Like as in
Like
like
feet?
It's Colonel
yeah.
Taylor.
There we go.
Bond.
Yeah.
You've seen this probably.
I went so in
This is
Saratoga,
very hard to find.
Saratoga, Wyoming. We drank an entire bottle of it floating down the river.
Very nice. Yeah. This comes out of Buffalo Trace now.
Yep.
It used to be a Weller Stitzel product. Well, to the sense
That's
of
what I was
he
saying.
came up with the idea of bonded bourbons,
It's only because he went high in proof.
and he has the first bonded
I mean,
bourbon.
that's a high proof.
And with bonded
He
bourbon,
is
it has to
high
come. It has to be distilled in one season.
Yep.
It has to stay in the same rick house for aging, and it has to be bottled at exactly 100 proof. And it has to be at least 4 years old. Whereas any other bourbon, it doesn't matter what the age is. It could be 6 months, even though he was stealing it. And then this guy created the first officially bonded bourbon. It's 100 proof. It's from Buffalo Trace. It's not super expensive. It goes between $45 and $60, depending on who's selling it to you. But it's super scarce. You're never gonna walk into Arrowine and find this, unless you get really lucky. You'll find it in Kentucky probably. I like it. So that's it.
Why I call it pedestrian, because I've had a bunch of that. I've had 2
So-
bottles of that through my bar.
I've had it quite a few
That's
times,
why I was like,
but
I just
not.
know this thing deep
Colonel
at the
Taylor
end of that.
is-
It was
Yeah.
rich and like
I'm selling
plumbing.
right now for $130.
$130.
What
Wow, that's a lot. If you're lucky enough to find it in a liquor store, it won't cost you that much. I'm guessing that's crazy.
Oh,
Maybe
this-
it would.
No, this one says that one says it's 42.
Yeah, 40
but-
to 50, 40
so-
to 60 sounds right.
Number one was the
Maker's Mark.
Number one
Maker's
was
Mark,
Maker's
so that was
Mark.
the highest in proof.
Yeah. This was one.
We deemed it as what top? We deemed it as suburb or top shelf.
You got points for
either would count. Top shelf or superb would count for points on that.
Okay.
How many points you get for each one correct?
10.
10.
Alright.
But we don't know the age on the makers, right?
There is actually no age statement on any of these.
On any of these.
So-
It's got to be expensive.
So in order to get points for proof, we had to get them all correct.
In
Like,
order.
in order,
Yeah,
yeah.
so in order of
No,
proof. So let's
no
start with
points. You got
start with
points.
points on who got correct on well, top shelf, and superb. So with number one, as long as you at least said top shelf, what did you have, Rick?
Top shelf.
We all had top shelf.
We all had top shelf on number one.
So 10. Say.
I said superb.
You said superb.
So
Isn't
then-
that, isn't that
Like,
fun
it's
that
that
a
flavor-
$26
It's
bottle?
a flavor profile.
That is
Yeah.
great. And then finally,
What did you put?
I said that partially
I had
because
well
I
on-
thought
on
you would have
Larceny.
brought Pappy.
So is that? Are we considering
Which
well?
one do you think
Are we
was Pappy?
considering
I thought you were
$26? Are we considering well a good answer? I mean, I guess I'm not. I'm not gonna
No.
fight that. No, you're gonna fight that. Though.
any,
It has
The
to be
judge-
over.
the judge says
have to
you're
be
wrong.
under $20.
I would say it'd have to be under $20 to be well.
It's not
in his
mine.
profile.
You just step back.
So I'll let you guys vote. Do you guys wanna had to have picked superb for this
I
one?
think that probably has to be a superb.
All right.
Okay.
Who's got superb on it?
I do.
Oh wait, no, I don't think that anymore.
It's too late.
Too late.
All right, so Carson got that right for being superb.
Carson, you're superb.
You are superb, Carson.